Hey y'all, welcome to Girl Meets Screen. My name's Norma, your host of whatever. Love is Blind UK Season 2 finale, the weddings, the yeses and the nos. Episode 9, we have dress and tux shopping and then the batch parties. Dress and tux shopping, actually, honestly, I like that it was kept, like, I guess as short as it was. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure, we see each woman try on one dress. It's like basically the dress, their family reacting to it, like it, very simple, very like, I feel like if I wanted dress after dress or like, oh, not that one, let's see another one, I would watch Say Yes to the Dress, like we don't need it. Their dresses were all very beautiful, very them. And then for the tux shopping, I think we see a couple conversations. I believe we see Billy, I want to say Billy talking about his not being sure. We literally see him do that in like every scene of this damn show. We get to the batch parties and honestly, they were really dope. Like the guys' ones looked really fun. The girls, I love that. I'm doing that. It's in the book, okay? Whenever I get my beautiful second chance that I'm currently manifesting on Pinterest, I'm definitely doing that. We are doing a drag show for my batch night. Period. I was cracking up because I was rewatching to make my notes, and I was like trying to screenshot Cal and Sarova's ceremony setup because it was like all the colorful chairs with the colorful flowers, and I was like, oh my god, I love that. And it went black because you can't screenshot on Netflix, but moving right along. So this season, all the women are sure. Well, after like the whole Katisha thing and Javin thing is gone. We're talking about the people who are present now. Okay, these 4 couples. The women all seem very, very sure. Well, that's a lie, Barda. But before their whole argument thing, like they all seemed very sure. They were all expressing that sureness. We do have Barda who's concerned because of the show makes it seem like it's an argument about her paying the bill when he made it clear that he wanted to that night. I did see some interviews of both of them saying it was more than that. Like there was bickering that started happening towards the end that made them unsure. I too want to say, because they both basically did verify like that situation was a big deal. Barda downplayed it. Like she's like, oh, he said it jokingly and I thought he was joking. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. But like, if he said tonight, let me do it, tonight, let him do it. And so it makes me wonder if the arguments had already started at that point, because that might be why she was like, no, I'm paying for my own shit. No type shit. Barda's unsure. And then we have Billy at the batch night for the guys being unsure. Of course, he's still unsure about Ashley's job, and it's just like, bro, either like let it go and move on or break things off, end it here. Because what are we doing? No one, like, this is sad. It's just getting sad, and now I feel bad for Ashley, sir. Because I hate that for the last couple of episodes, going to this one and even the next one, the weddings, she keeps talking about how like she doesn't feel worthy of love. Like she keeps not being enough. She keeps not being enough. And it's like, baby, you are enough. Like, fuck these guys. Fuck these men. Come on. I did notice that based on what Ashley's dad and friends were saying, that she really loves her job. So it makes me a little worried for her. Like, I'm like, okay, this could go one of two ways. She like does let go of the job, but there's some sadness or some like emotional turmoil because she really did love doing it. Or she decides, you know what, no, Billy, like, I want to keep my job. And then it's this whole thing of him being like, wait, I thought we had, like, an idea of what we do, and now you're switching it type thing. I don't know. We shall see. I have a little bit of pause about what that's going to look like for them. Episode 9 ends with Barda and Jed's wedding. And, yeah, as you all know, I'm not, like, super into detail of, like, this happened and then this happened. They spoke to this person and then this person, and then they said that and they did this. It's the same for every wedding. They're getting ready, talking about their feelings and how they're feeling about the day. Their friends, families, bridesmaids, whoever are like, oh yeah, like talking to them about it all. You know how it goes. Barda, again, is expressing some nerves, like some like, I don't really know what to do, like what's happening, etc., etc. And we end with them like at the altar. I think they've already said their vows. I can't remember exactly, but basically between 9 and 10, it's their wedding up to the altar. They ask Barda, and she says, and I wrote it down, honey, hold on. I vow to do all those things at a time when we're both ready, and I don't think that's today. Why would you say that like that? It's giving, when you call somebody and their voicemail comes on. I used to have this, by the way. And then like, hello? Oh, hey, what's up? Just kidding, I'm not here. Leave a message. Like, that's what it's giving. Why would you do that? Why would you play somebody like that? Anyways, she says no, walks off. Obviously production tells him to walk off, but she walks off. She's like, oh, somebody check on my mom. And she goes with one of her friends, like, onto the balcony, and she's like crying. And she's like, oh, I just hope Jed's okay. She's like, check on Jed, check on Jed, check on Jed. Like, girl, you made your decision. Stop doing all that. I'm being mean. Yeah, essentially her and Jed end up talking. He's just like, why? And she's like, I just think we need more time. I think we need more time. This isn't the end. Like, I want to be with you. I just need more time. I need more time. And then Jed basically, like, essentially is like, I don't know. I don't see how we go back to, like, cuddling on the couch after this. Which I agree, okay? I am of the opinion that if on Love is Blind, someone says no, that's it. That's the end. Like, there's nothing, like... I don't see how it works. So we have the Giannina and I forget what the hell his name is because that man faded into oblivion. But they say no at the altar. And then they date afterwards for years, only for this man to be dogging her out. Like, it was just bad. I just feel like, okay, yes, this is a rushed experiment, and you would think like it's okay if they say they're not ready and they want to keep dating. However, the issue is, right, when you think about it, it is a pressure cooker. Yeah, like there's a little bit of pressure that could be bad, or like it doesn't, but to me, I'm like, okay, if everyone's looking for marriage, right? And we can say that about this season because everyone's a little bit more genuine. And we definitely know that Jed and Barta were being genuine. And so when you have two genuine people in an experiment like this, they're asking all the right questions. They're looking into all the right things, right? Like, they are really honing in on what is important, because it's like, we have to get married at the end of this if we say yes. And so to me, I'm like, you've spoken about everything that's important. You've really honed in on like the details and what life will look like and like all of that. And yeah, there's variables, but there's variables in any situation. And so I feel like if you found a reason to say no after all of that, that is a reason why your relationship won't work regardless. Even if you continue after as boyfriend and girlfriend, like if you found a reason to say no to marrying someone after in this scenario, in this bubble, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because whatever that reason was, it was big. It was big enough for you to feel like you couldn't deal with that in a marriage with this person. So like, how would you deal with that in a relationship? You know, like I'm just saying. And it also didn't make sense to me with Barta, because this is my favorite thing, is a lot of the people who say no do what Barta did. I was like, I love that. No, this is my person. Like, I love them to death. It's like, you would have married them if that was the case. Let's I just want to be really real, you guys. You could have love for someone. You could really love someone in a way of like a care for them, who they are, and that not be enough to marry them. Rova and Cal. Who knew his name was Kaleem? Not me, but Kaleem is a beautiful name. We love that for him. Yeah, so Rova and Cal, he's left a gift for her. She's left a gift for him. His was like this little heart. It looked like an ornament. And it was just like, miss you, love you. And then she left him. It was like a little thing that opened up. It was like the size of a little ring box. And it had like pictures of them. They are such a beautiful couple, you guys. Such a beautiful couple. And also I love, because I know we were all concerned in the beginning when he was like, she's not my type. My type is blonde hair, blue eyes. However, what I do like is that he was attracted to her from Jump Street, right? Because there is a difference in me being like, ooh, yeah, no, you're not my type at all. My type is actually the opposite of you. And then all we ever hear that person talking about in their confessionals or with other people is like, I'm just not attracted to her. She's just not my type. Like, I really just cannot get there with her. Like, shit like that. Kind of like what the hell was his name? Deep D's guy. Shake. I was like, what's his name? Shake, you know, like where he's talking to everybody out how he don't want this girl. Like, that weird behavior. However, I like that Cal, it was like, yeah, you're not my usual type, but like he was in it. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. I couldn't see anyone being like, I can't be attracted to her. I just can't get there. She is gorgeous. But anyways, yeah, I like that. I like that. Like, yes, we were worried because of the type thing, but I also feel like there was nothing to worry about because we weren't hearing him be like, I don't know. I don't really see it with her. I'm struggling, you know, I'm struggling with matching the voice behind the wall to the person. You know how they do. You know how they do. So I like that it wasn't that. But again, really enjoyed seeing them both just kind of going through the process. Sarova talks to her mom, and her mom is just like, I couldn't have picked anyone better for you. Like, yeah, I was concerned, I was worried. The cross culture thing is different, but like, he's perfect for you, and it was meant to be. And I love. Again, I said this last review of the last couple episodes. I love how sure their families are, because to me, they're so sure, and then their families are so sure. You're like, they're gonna work, because it's like their families know them, right? So it's like, I know you, and so not only do they know each other in the experiment, but the people who know them outside of the experiment see that they work. You know what I mean? His brother is concerned, but it's not because of her. Excuse me, sorry. It's not because of her. I think that's his brother, right? It's not because of her. It's because of Cal. He's saying, like, you know that after a bit, you kind of lose that interest, or you kind of can't keep going. Because he did say that he's never had a relationship longer than 12 months. And so that's the brother's concern. Because he says in the wedding, getting ready and all of that, he's like, she's perfect for you. Like, he's essentially like, that is, if you're gonna get married, that is who you should choose. That is who makes sense for you. He's like, my concern is just that you reach a point. And Cal expresses that worry too, of like, that he does reach that point and then like wants to end it, and it's a marriage. However, Cal does say, if it's true love, it won't fizzle. And that's valid. I mean, should you get married with like, oh, well, if it ends, it ends. No, but I don't think that's what he meant. I think he was just like giving himself that reassurance of like, I am sure of her, and nothing's guaranteed. We have the most incredible entrance into their wedding I've ever seen. Not even them entering into, like, we got the drummers going. We got like everybody jamming and grooving. Everyone's walking in, and Cal and his brother are like standing at the edge while the drums play. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I loved his reaction to her walking in. They have the guys like turn to the front and then like turn around when the girls are already in the aisle. And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. They both say yes, and the sighs of relief in the crowd were cracking me up. Sarova literally looks out and she's like, I know, right? And then later on, Sarova comes out in her like Indian wedding gown. Very beautiful, very posh, as Cal loves to say. I love that he calls her his princess. I think that's so fucking cute. We're moving on to Megan and Kieran, and I don't have too much to say about before the wedding. We knew they were both gonna say yes. These two have been locked in. We've been loving watching them. Like, they're a whole vibe, and we love it. And I love to just see them enjoying getting ready for their wedding. He's showing his nan his top hat, his cane. His dad gives him a little pocket watch. One thing I love about this is that their whole system is invested. Their friends, their family. You can see how happy everyone is to be there to see this. Everyone's crying. She walks in. He's crying at her walking in. She's like, oh, don't cry. He's like, I'm fine. The crowd is crying. Like, it is just so beautiful to see. I'm obsessed. Needless to say, they say no. Just kidding. They say yes. They say yes. It's so freaking cute. That kiss, girl. Everybody was like, oh, okay. Kiss, beautiful. 10 out of 10, no complaints. At the end, when we get the little like reception montage, we're getting like montage clips of their like dance that they do, and they just look so happy, and they're enjoying it, and they're laughing, and like that. There's no way we get on the reunion tomorrow and they're like, it actually didn't work out. I will be in complete shock. Last but not least, Ashley and Billy. And spoiler alert, they say yes, which I was shocked. Last video, I said I knew Barda was gonna say no, and I swore up and down Billy was gonna say no. I didn't see how he would say yes, like till the very last minute. But I will say something that does make me a little like sad to think about is that for Ashley's wedding day, she was worried. What did she say? Sick, worried, anxious, nervous. Like, she's just talking about all these negative feelings. And I hate that that is what her wedding day consisted of up until the altar and he says yes. Yeah, she's, obviously expressing concern, but she's like, I want this to be a yes. So she's going through with like, I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna say yes. I will say she has a beautiful spirit. Like, I have to give her her 10s. She's so positive and bubbly and just like hopeful, like even though she knew he's 50-50, like she has no idea what this man is gonna say. She's going into this, she's like, I'm doing it, I'm going all the way. She's like, and you know, I hope this turns out how I hope it does. Like, and I think that's just so beautiful. Because I did note that she's just so bubbly. And then we have Billy kind of talking to his family and stuff, just, you know, about the concerns he has and that there is that fear. He has been married before, so, you know, it's like, this is the lock-in if I do say yes. And yeah, we're seeing his turmoil, his 50-50-ness, which I don't want to be like, oh, that's fucked up, like, oh, Billy, like, right? But because, like, that's the whole point of this experiment, right? You, like, figure it out, and both of them should be being selfish in their decisions, right? You don't get married because you feel badly for your partner or because you know your partner wants it, right? That's something that has to come from only you. That's the only way for this to work long term. And so I get that piece, but it's just frustrating when it's like, it's about her job, which she told you in the pods, and if it was this big of an issue, you really should have let that go then, because now you're dragging this woman through this, like, you know. But he does say yes. Of course, my only thing is I hope that in the reunion we get to hear that, like, he truly is making up for all of this, because honestly, like, he put her through a lot, and I wouldn't want that. That's what their relationship is him, you know, being unhappy with things and her trying to fix it and be bubbly about it to help it be better. Like, I hope that because he said yes, he's going to put forth that effort. Does that make sense? Like, that if for the first year or so she's still having to work as a flight attendant, it's not going to be him, like, bringing her down about it. It's going to be him just working with her as a team to make the situation work for them. I truly hope that. I am so looking forward to tomorrow and seeing, like, where they're at, because I was in complete and utter shock when Billy said yes. I'm not gonna hold you. I love that for Ashley, because I couldn't, y'all, I was so scared for her, because I was like, he's gonna say no and she's gonna be crushed, because she kept talking about how you know, she's never been enough, and it's like, you're enough, girl. It's these men who are not enough. They don't deserve you. They suck. They booty cheeks. But she was just so happy. Like, they said yes. She's hopping up and down. She's screeching. Like, she's so happy. 3 out of the 4 couples said yes. We love that for them. Very excited for tomorrow. I feel like Cal and Sarova are gonna be fine. Ashley and Billy, I am a little bit worried. I won't lie. I'm like 60-40. 40 that it's like everything's fine, and 60 that, like, they're gonna be like, yeah, no, we parted ways or some shit. And I hate that for Ashley, and I hope not. I hope that they're, like, doing amazing, sweetie. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like this video if you did. Comment down below. What are you thinking? What are we gonna see at the reunion? Who's together? Who's not? What's the dealio? Subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye. Dealio, bitch. Dealio.